Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, y'all? Master teacher of attraction. Um, Man, as soon as I go live, my phone wanna start sending notifications. Alright, so listen, man. I don't know if I put in the title of Black Men, but this is just from, my observation, experience. Cause, I'm not a red man, I'm not a blue man, I'm not a white man, I'm none of these things. You know what I'm saying? But just a side note, if y'all look at the human species, all these skin colors come from uh the black skin color. Just like if you look at bears, you look at a black bear to a grizzly bear, a sun bear to a polar bear, you see that all that's happening is the the translucency of the black melanin pigment in each species just recesses away from the black to white. But even on a polar bear, if you cut off all the fur, it's black. That's just a side note. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it as all the same thing. It's just, a lighter shade of black. Okay? And that's a fact. But listen, man. I wanna talk about a story. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like with with your wife. Okay, if you got a wife. Think about these things I'm about to say. Why the hell does she walk in front of you? Okay, and you cool with that. You know what I'm saying? The reason she does it is because she think that she's subconsciously leading the two of you. Even if you are and show that you're, the leader as you should, she's always gonna fight for positioning. I've done this with all the women that I have, back in my dating days. I've done this, you know, downtown Chicago, just walking, you know what I'm saying? I meet up with a new girl and I be wanting to see things, you know what I'm saying? So I would grab them, okay, position them behind me, and then we walking to a restaurant spot or something. And we walking. I position myself in front of them, okay? And tell me why I have to walk faster in order to maintain that position. Cause she always trying to get that position. And that's how I read. That's one of the ways that I read a woman. You know what I'm saying? Read her subconscious. Cause she probably not thinking about it. But she's doing it. Okay. And before I go into all this, I want to just lay down the foundation. So, especially in the what they call the black community, but it's not really a community. It's different pieces and parts of broken glass. Yeah. But a lot of women that you come across, you know what I'm saying? And it's not all, because some women actually grew up with some guidance and leadership in the form of their father. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a simp. You know what I'm saying? And then those women produce offspring and keep that going. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all women, it's all about how they're raised. Okay. Just like a pit bull, it has the the reputation to be fierce and it'll bite anybody on contact. But trust me, I've been around pit bulls, man. They're some of the sweetest dogs, man. Funny ass dogs too. It's like they crack jokes and shit, but without speaking the English language. You know what I'm saying? Um, but you would think, just in general, oh yeah, pit bulls are mean. They this and they that. It's all about how they're raised. Okay, so your key goal is to find the women who was raised right, and you will find the quality in that woman. Just like how they have grass-fed beef and then normal beef. You know what I'm saying? It's based on how that cow was raised. That puts more value on that specimen. But the specimen we talking about is your girlfriend, exes, and wives. Okay, now I got, you know, exes that still want to, for some reason, I'm gonna explain why. Even though they won't admit it. I'm gonna explain why they still want to send friend requests, send messages out of nowhere, just out of the blue, and just sit there and just be an orbiter. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why these things happen. Okay, there's a reason why she walks in front of you from a subconscious standpoint. All right? And if you really pay attention to a woman's life, like I've been around enough women to see what the hell is going on and see enough similar patterns. Okay? A lot of women grow up with a void in them. Okay? They don't know how to live in the moment. They lack the ability to get rid of that. Okay, so that's why when I came through talking about how I was telling Angie, okay, which is one of my exes, how I was telling Angie, yo, if you focus on not fasting and doing a whole bunch of that stuff, get away from that, and then you eat more meats in the form of fish, beef, you know what I'm saying, things like that of that nature, chicken, okay, and stop relying on a whole bunch of Kool-Aid and uh cookies and sugar. You know what I'm saying? If you flip that shit around, your anxiety will go away. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of girls that are experienced have issues with anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Anxiety comes from not living in the moment. Okay, insecurities come from not living in the moment to want to change them. Okay, so it don't matter if it's your mom, it don't matter if it's your ex, it don't matter if it's your wife. Okay, it don't matter if it's your coworker. All right, they live their life from a anxiety standpoint. Okay, they don't know what to eat. They be switching diets all the time. Then they want to fast. You know what I'm saying? Then they want to go on a keto diet and then this diet and that diet. You know what I'm saying? Then when you come into their life and you shed your light onto them and then they try it and then they see that that shit works, you know what I'm saying? It's two things that's going to happen. They either going to be like, damn, that shit worked, and then keep doing it. If they smart, if they're in a feminine state, they're going to allow that light to come in and they're going to reflect that. You know what I'm saying? But if they not in their feminine, okay, they live in from an ego perspective, even though their ego isn't right in its judgment. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you can tell them everything. You know what I'm saying? How to get rid of anxiety, how to change their financial life. You know what I'm saying? I've told all this shit to my mom. I've told all this to exes. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? From a spiritual aspect, you know, all my exes are still my wives. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they still want to, they still think about me. They still send friend requests. You know what I'm saying? Because they operating on that lower spectrum of social media and thinking that's giving them a temporary feel of being around me, but without actually being around me. You know what I'm saying? But they already know. And I told them, you know what I'm saying? If you act a certain way around me, and if you have low expectations of me, and to be like the majority of black men, you know what I'm saying? Think, when I say something, you just throw it off to the wind like, oh, you ain't gonna do that. That's too far fetched. You know what I'm saying? When women say things like that and just kind of throw shit, like if you tell them, okay, I can tell, like you with your ex, even telling your mom, and you telling them, like, if you want to, make some more money or just become more financially free than what you are now, just do this and that, and you'll see a result. And you can get specific details step by step, and they say something like, "Oh, okay, oh wow, interesting," um, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you talk, male or female, whenever you teach them something that's outside of the realm of their mindset and the reality, if they want to learn it but haven't experienced it yet, they'll be asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I learned something that I didn't know, oh, I'm super intrigued. I'm asking you hella questions. I'm all up in your inbox. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to see, like, damn, that shit really worked. Hey, I did this, I did that. I got some results with it. You know what I'm saying? Just like I learned about the casino and who I learned that from. You know what I'm saying? I let them know, hey, man, I did that shit and that shit worked. You know what I'm saying? Those the two ways that people live. Um, and most of the women that come from that type of anxiety, anxious, uh, bodily state and mental state, they view men as temporary fixes. Okay, just like a little candy bar or something. You know what I'm saying? Um, because they just can't live in the moment. You understand what I'm saying? So, things like alcohol become involved. Um, Actually, my last ex, she would talk about how every time she would, basically break up with a dude, she would go through a phase where, like, she start drinking alcohol and shit like that. There, um, and the shit is sad, man. The shit is sad. Like if you were thinking type of dude, and you actually care about the people that you come across, especially women, your mom, yeah, your exes, you know what I'm saying, or your wife, and you try to put them onto things that increase the quality of their life, and then they just look at the shit like you ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying? Or I already knew that. Or that don't work. You know what I'm saying? The way you keep yourself from um getting into your emotions and feeling grief or feeling sad for them is you feel it if it comes up. You know what I'm saying? But after that, you have to put yourself back into a logical state and just realize that women project themselves onto their men or the men that they deal with. So that's why I'm always letting women talk, because you learn so much from when women talk. Okay. And this is why it's better for women to choose on men, because their emotions is into it. Okay. And they just get to talking. They get to talking. Okay. And they just spill themselves out. And then as they're spilling themselves out, you coming from an emotionally stable um state, you able to read, engage what type of woman you finna deal with. You understand? So when you get to the level I'm at, you gonna be able to tell and see everything that's gonna happen with this particular girl. You can kind of gauge how long it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm able to tell how long it's gonna last, and that's why I'm able to plan things out. Like, if I'm with a woman, I already know the timetable of that relationship based on her anxiety levels, how she views herself, her mindset, and things like that of that nature, and understanding the infatuation stage and how likely when she comes out of that infatuation she is to stay. You know what I'm saying? She has a lot of mood swings. How, all these things. But most importantly, how does she view herself? Okay? Because if she's in her feminine, okay, she will view herself, especially with me, as, confident, especially around me. You know what I'm saying? But, that's just been my experiences with the women I've, experienced. And they take on my energy and my outlooks. That's why I made that video, your woman should be your clone. That's all I was saying. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't cold approach women. I don't try to force my energy into them. Okay, because it don't happen that way. It don't work that way. Okay, because you got to realize that in this particular gynocracy, um, a lot of women shield their energy with their ego because they want a sense of control. But what they don't understand, that it isn't control. Like, okay, the reason a lot of women be so anxious is because they could lose their job at any moment. Even though they feel a sense of security, they're gonna get social security at the end. They go that word security, okay, and they always being talked and pepped up at their job. Good job, good job. Um, or some jobs they don't even try to pep you up. They just fucking have you there. But they try to feed off of that by trying to keep you motivated to work there. But all they thinking about is they bag, cause in this society it's capitalism. Everything is a business. Okay, and business is cutthroat. It's cutthroat. Okay, so if you not coming at life from a certain perspective, you are going to lose. Okay, and the first way you losing is if you anxious. You anxious about everything. You can't sleep at night. Okay, a lot of girls can't sleep at night because they don't have another body next to them, or a man sleeping next to them that they feel protected by. You know what I'm saying? And they always try to fill that that emptiness with something temporary. Like, that's where, I do what I want. I fuck who I want. You know what I'm saying? That's where that type of mindset come from. Right? And from that standpoint, they always just searching for things to temporarily fix themselves. Like, they think a relationship or moving on to a new relationship or moving on to a new relationship or moving on to a new relationship is going to fix the problem. Looking for love, looking for somebody that's going to put so much love into them so they can experience love. You know what I'm saying? Or just looking for new, phallus. So they can have more sex and things of that nature, and think that's gonna fix it all. Like, oh, I got my stress relieved. I don't feel anxious. And then, that next morning they wake up, boom, they feel that. And this could be with your girlfriend, this could be with your wife, and then you asking yourself, like, damn, why was she feeling good at one moment and then the next morning she just woke up in a grumpy ass mood? That's because she's in her ego. She's not in a connective state with your masculinity. It's that fucking simple. Okay? And don't let her tell you anything else, cuz a lot of women don't understand why they feel the way they feel, or why they do the things that they do, or why they swinging all over the place so damn emotional. Women are supposed to be the masters of emotion. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to have more control than us. But if to the point where they can't even control their emotions, oh, you living a messed up life. You living out of the universal laws of nature. And that's just what it is. If you thinking you can do all this shit by yourself, you probably thinking from an aspect of this capitalist society. You know what I'm saying? I got my own car, I got my own place, I got my own shit. I can do it all, I can raise my children by myself. You know what I'm saying? When that just simply ain't the case. You're going to need guidance and you're going to need direction. Okay? When we was growing up, we didn't eat healthy. I was fat growing up. You understand? I was fat. At my teeth had calcification all of my life. My eyesight went away early in life. And my brothers deal with it differently than I do. I don't even deal with it. I just, I learned how to fix these things because I learned to live in a fucking moment. Okay? Fix the shit, understand it, and then keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? But my brothers deal with it differently. Growing up in a single parent household. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just keep it at that for now. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying these experiences because I know it's other dudes out there, like, they they view their wives, they view their girlfriends, and really, you really don't want to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend to a woman. That's one of the last positions you want to hold. Okay, because a boyfriend ain't nothing to a woman other than, a boy toy. You understand? So, like, when you get in with women, they asking you, who are we and what are we? What's our title? You let them know, look them straight in, and tell them, look at you straight in your eye. Okay, we are not boyfriend, we are not girlfriend. Okay, I'm here to instruct you, guide you, and to lead you. Now, whatever you need to call that in your head to make yourself feel good about what it is and this interaction between me and you is from your mind. You know what I'm saying? But the purpose of this is for me to lead and guide you. Okay. Everything don't need a title. People needing a title comes from an insecurity within themselves. So that's why women ask you, are we in a relationship? When are we getting married? You know what I'm saying? Because they're insecure about when is it going to happen instead of living in the damn moment. If you just lived in the moment, you wouldn't be asking them questions. You would be experiencing the actual experience with that person from a totality aspect. And I know some people, moms, they got wives and you know, they sit down and talk. They'd talk with their wife, like the mother of the husband, and they'd talk with his wife and give him game on, how to get control in that relationship. It's forms of women that actually do this, and they're extremely open with it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man, this is the shit that's out here, and this is why things happen like that. Women flaking. Um, It's so many reasons why women are flake, and most of the time it's not even you. Okay, most of the time it ain't even you. Now, if you fucked up, you did too much or something, you know what I'm saying? Then okay, your gut feeling is gonna say, "Damn, I probably should have texted her 12 times in one day." You know what I'm saying? Like when you fucked up, but outside of that, it just come down to that. Like her stomach could be hurt. A lot of women don't eat healthy. A lot of women have very terrible eating disorders, which perpetuate the issues of feeling moody. Okay, if you notice your woman always talking about I'm on a fast, I'm on a cleanse. A cleanse and a fast in nature only happens when you are sick. If you are sick all the time and feel the need that you need to fast, your life and the way you perpetuate things is out of fucking balance, and you need to fix that thing. Fasting is a band-aid to get back to balance, equilibrium. Another chance to get shit right. It's not a normal way of living. Because if you do that shit too much, or a vegan diet, anything that lowers your animal nutrition and things like protein, fat, and things of that nature, if it lowers that in your intake, get rid of it. But see, some women ain't gonna do that. They look on Facebook all day, they see what everybody else is doing. They see women doing this and that, and they take on them ideologies and things like that of that nature. And that just gotta be on them. But the way, cause this stuff does sound fucking depressing. Okay? But don't allow it to depress you. You know what I'm saying? Um cause the way it affects people, depression and viewing things from a reality, it I don't want to see that in y'all, man. But I also don't want to see y'all ending up in a fucked up situation because you didn't know. But you just put yourself first, man. As the masculine principle, you lead with your light. You know what I'm saying? You lead with your knowledge. Okay? If a woman is ever trying to challenge you on that, you gotta let her go. And I don't care who she is, man. She may even try to come back. But you gotta understand that first interaction that you had with her, how she was trying to walk in front of you to gain position, and from a subconscious standpoint. What you're fighting with these women is their repeated actions with other men. Okay, so that's why it's so important to find quality women that have repeated actions of submissive behavior from a feminine aspect, not submitting to get their ass beat up by abusive man. That's not what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to point out, okay, this dude has the potential to be emotionally all over the place, so he could beat me. You know, don't submit to that dude. Come on, common sense. Just like if you a dude, you come across a woman that emotionally all over the place, don't think that shit is normal. They want you to think that women are supposed to be emotionally all over the place. That's not the way they're supposed to be. This shit is based on what they eat and how they view life, from either living in a perspective of being present or living in the past. Some shit they can't even control. That's why so many women feel helpless. They live in their past. You can't control the past. You can control the present, though. But they don't want to live in the present. It's too much reality. They got to get to know themselves too much. And they don't like sitting in solitude. They always got to do something. Find some new dick. Find a new relationship. You understand? So, to, keep this shit in the back of your head. Don't let this shit depress you. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself first. Okay? And when you do that, from a woman aspect, that's going to put them in the best position to submit to their femininity. Because that's the best position for a woman. Especially when you're dealing with a man. You know what I'm saying? That's the best position. If you look at the animals like lions, gorillas, chimpanzees, all of these live in groups, okay, guided by the males, okay. The women are there and they feel protected underneath that control of the male, okay. They got to submit to be in that safe zone, okay. Because once a male is gone, them women bundle together and it's like chaos. Okay? Cubs is running off and fucking dying and shit. Other predators, hyenas come in, swoop up the children and shit. But when that male is around, ain't none of that shit popping off. Somebody come around, they finna get the horns, whether it's a bull, whatever species. They finna, get greeted by the male. And chimpanzees and gorillas, the women submit to enter the boundary of a man. And that's what most women be trying to get into. But they don't understand how to get into the boundary of a man. They think it's them throwing a whole bunch of emotional love bombing and shit. That's not how you get your ass in there. You gotta show me, are you fucking in it for the long haul without your emotions? Once you come out of your infatuation stage, what you gonna fucking do? When everybody else is viewing me in a negative light, how you gonna view me? Are you gonna ride or are you gonna die? That's true love right there. True love ain't emotion, it's action. So if a woman always talking about, you need to be more emotional, and that's just her trying to put you in more of a controlling state so she can make you more pliable like dough, like Play-Doh. You're too strong for her at that moment, bursting her ego. It's this shit is deep, man. Hey, look, man. In order to keep yourself stable, put yourself first from a financial aspect, from an emotional aspect, from a mental aspect, and from a physical aspect. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you good. Make sure you're able to eat good food. Okay? Don't be putting yourself in a situation where most of your money is going out and ain't nothing coming in, or not enough is coming in. Don't put yourself in that situation, because that'll perpetuate a lot of anxiety within you. Find out how to monetize your life. Just like I told y'all, my current car right now has a CPC that is fucking wonderful. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonderful ass CPC. So get a whole bunch of views with it and shit is fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? But that's a way I can monetize my life. And I can add another income stream. Because the number one and number two product is content and data. Okay. So you set up your life to make sure you good. And then when women come around, they can choose to come around and they can choose to leave. If they got mental issues and shit, they can choose to leave. If they got emotional issues, they can choose to leave. But you not in a position of weakness, because they entered your situation, not you entering their situation. You understand? Because if you enter their situation, they can change up at any moment. And there you are out on the fucking street. And this can even come down to your mom. A lot of black moms, they believe in, throwing their child out there at a certain age without enough guidance. Okay? At least when an eagle or a particular species of animal lets go of their young, they're able to fend for themselves. We have to fend for ourselves in an unnatural environment that's against us. And we was given the improper tools. That's like letting a eagle out of the nest, from his mother's nest, to go fend for itself out in nature, but it doesn't have any claws or a beak to catch any fish. And that's why so many young men end up fucked up mentally. It'd be cool, you know what I'm saying, if our parents actually gave us the tools. Like, okay, set yourself up like this. Don't set yourself up as an employee. Set yourself up as an employer. That's how you make the most money. But a lot of us is taught that we need to set up from an employee mindset. Okay, we're not taught fully about credit. Go get a job, go to school, build up a lot of debt, and shit like that there. And yes, that shit can put you into a depression. I've experienced depression. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't cool. So I'm able to tell you how to deal with that shit. Put yourself first. Okay? Let go of all that shit that, happened in the past. It's the past. You can't fucking control it. You can't change it. But what you can change is the present and the future. You can build your body. You can build your finances. You can build yourself up from an emotional and mental state to become stable. So when you come across women and they try to hit you with certain tactics, you just gonna look at them and say, man, that's cute. She really tried that shit. It's a powerful position to be in once you actually know what's going on. And you able to capitalize on it. It's a powerful state. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. It's been real. And I hope this helped. It's going to help somebody. It's really going to help somebody. Oh, yes, the sun is out. All right, y'all. I'm about to get my shit started. I'm about to cook me up some tilapia. I'm about to get that shit popping because that shit good. Hey, man, you get you a couple fillets of tilapia and you get a little bit of lemon pepper. You get you a lemon, cut that bitch in half, squeeze that motherfucker on. After you cook it, though, you want to get a nice little crust with that tilapia. You know what I'm saying? But after you get that nice little crust with that tilapia, take it off the skillet, and then that's when you come through and you cook it in butter. And then you get a little bit of salt, sprinkle that salt on, and then you get the lemon pepper. But the salt and the lemon pepper is while it's cooked in the skillet. You know what I'm saying? So it can go into the meat. You know what I'm saying? And then once you take it out, you just hit it with a little bit of lemon juice. Damn! You talking about a good ass meal. I'm telling you, man. I don't know what people be talking about. Fish is vegetarian and shit. Fish is fucking meat. They make it seem like fish is for like weak people. I know plenty of people that, pretty lean and muscular off of some damn fish, chicken and shit. It ain't just about beef. You understand? But if you skinny and you trying to put on some tissue on you, yeah, beef, fatty beef. If you got an appetite, you know what I'm saying, you could. I know a dude, his name's Sean Baker. This man eat about 4-5 ribeyes in fucking one day. Each one 1,000 calories. Like, man, he a pretty big dude though. But just to put that in perspective, some people just got that appetite. You know what I'm saying? But if you find that you can't even get in enough protein to sustain yourself and recover from daily life, you know what I'm saying, you might want to cut back on that fat. Just a little. Don't get completely rid of fat. It's an essential macronutrient. Okay? But yeah, man, I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all go ahead and be good, man. Go ahead and listen to what I said in this video. Listen to it. There's some real shit right here.